The Way of Will John. And it's important, obviously, to understand you can't necessarily perceive someone else's actions from your state of consciousness. And so when you see someone, they say, how could they do that? This seems like that. Well, if you had their experience and their understanding and you were in their state of mind, then it would seem possibly logical to you or even just. So I would, on that note, because you are saying things that people have no idea, I know you travel the world and do a lot of research. So how have you come to those conclusions? Because you're saying things that people are hearing, and some people might be thinking, well, where are you getting this from? So why?
Yeah, these aren't conspiracy. What I'm talking about, these are actual stated information by our ancestors. And so, yes, I've traveled the world. I've been around the world 3 times now. I'm getting ready to make another world trip now. I'm going to kick off actually in a couple of weeks, starting out in Athens, Greece. But I've gone through over 1,000 ancient texts, cylinder scrolls, papyruses, parchment papers, scriptures, hieroglyphs, cuneiform tablets, Sanskrit. There's over 1,000 books right here just in my house where I'm sitting. So in going through this information, analyzing this text, sitting with indigenous elders, sitting with sages and bushmen from all around the world and getting this information firsthand, you find out their verbal handed down history. You find out the recorded history left behind by our ancestors thousands of years ago that are making these claims. So the claims aren't coming from me. I'm just making well known what the ancients have already stated and written down, and it's right in plain sight. It's hiding right in plain sight everywhere you turn. If you have the time to go and read and study and research, it's all right there. It's all laid out. In the Sumerian cuneiform tablets, Enlil, who's also known as Yahweh in the modern day Bible, he's the God that came into Eden to find out that Adam and Eve had gained knowledge from his brother, Enki, who he called the serpent. But so Enlil, he's showing his sister on this crystal tablet. Now, remember, this is 6,000-year-old text in cuneiform stone tablets etched into stone, right? He's showing her on a crystal tablet his plan for all time on how to build cities, on how to build, this is for humans to control them, on how to build sewage and plumbing systems, on how to put and install a bicameral Congress, on how to install different types of financial monetary systems, which he did. There's a great book by William Bramley called The Gods of Eden. I recommend everyone read that because it's based on the Sumerian tablets. We've got over 1 million tablets that we've now acquired. And the majority of those are IOUs, like money, like we walk around with money in our pocket, same exact thing. And it shows that the financial system, how it was installed and set up, and how they also injected inflation into the system over 6,000 years ago. So politics and all this stuff all originated out of Iraq. That was the cradle of civilization. That's where all this originates from. And it then migrated across here, and we're utilizing that same exact system and the same exact city structures and the same exact monetary and educational systems that was installed by this guy. And he said for all time, he said, and his system, it creates this hegemonic power structure that, like you said, people are a part of without even knowing they're a part of it. They're just living their everyday lives. But the way that the system is set up, it boxes you in to allow this system to continue to progress forward nonstop, generation after generation. And so that's the system that we're living in right now.